A little birdie told me that you're confused about resonance. So let's get into it. First question is, what even is resonance? Let's start at the very beginning. Resonance has to do with the delocalization of electrons. Hold with me. We will explain all of these terms in the video. So every single time we are asked to draw a resonance structure, what we are trying to do is figure out where the electrons are. Hence, what atoms does the electron density reside on? And what does this do to the stability of the structure? And the stability will end up predicting the reactivity. And the reactivity is very important when it comes to organic chemistry because we're talking about reactions, where the electrons are the currency in organic chemistry required to perform every single reaction ever. So resonance tells us about the stability and the reactivity, which are inversely proportional to one another. If a structure is very stable, it will be unreactive. And if a structure is unstable, it will be very reactive. Think about leaving your dog alone at home. If it's a stable dog, a chill dog, it's not going to rip up your couch. But if it's a crazy, unstable dog, and when you get home from work, all of your stuff might be torn apart. Okay, you still might be like, excellent, nice, the localization, stability, reactivity, Simona, I still don't know what you're talking about. Let's do an example. So consider this structure. Let's say the question asks, draw all possible resonance forms. You always want to start at the excess electron density. So for example, if an atom has a negative charge, you start there. We're going to go 2 in, 2 up. Why am I saying 2? Well, we start with a lone pair on the first carbon, and we go 2 in, and then we take the 2 electrons in the initial CO pi bond, and we place them on top of the oxygen atom. So that's a 2 up. We're talking about 2 electron movements here. So we get structure number 2. Now we got to ask, which structure is more stable? The structure where the negative charge resides on the carbon, or the structure where the negative charge resides on the oxygen? Well, who's electronegative? Is carbon electronegative? That means it likes having electrons, so it could stabilize the negative charge. Or does oxygen like having electrons, hence could it stabilize the negative charge? Well, we can see oxygen is more right on the periodic table, therefore it can better stabilize that negative charge because it is more electronegative than carbon. Therefore, resonance structure number 2 is going to be more stable than resonance structure number 1. So what did we just do? To figure out which resonance structure was more stable, we asked 2 questions. Question number 1 was, where does the negative charge reside? And question number 2 was, is that atom electronegative? And if it was electronegative, that means the structure was stable. If that atom was not electronegative, that structure would be unstable, as we've seen with structure number 1. Because in structure number 1, is the carbon happy when it has a minus charge? Absolutely not. Therefore, it is unstable. Just like your dog that has anxiety when you leave the house, how it'll rip up your couch. It's not personal. It's just got anxiety. So it's reactive. We can also relate stability to a child. So consider a child that hates vegetables. If you give it a piece of broccoli, it might throw it in your face and get really angry and start crying. So this child would be reactive and unstable. But if you had a little kid that loved vegetables and you gave it a piece of broccoli, it might be really, really happy and eat the broccoli and smile and laugh. So here, the broccoli would represent the negative charge, and the child would represent the atom. So now the final question is, why did we need to figure this out? We know opposites attract. So if we throw in something electropositive, let's call this an E+, the teacher could very well ask you, which structure is going to react first? So we just went through the whole argument. We figured out which atom was more electronegative. Which structure could then better stabilize that negative charge? The structure that can better stabilize the minus charge is going to be more stable, hence less reactive. So which structure would react? Well, structure number 1, because it's more reactive. So even though the more stable structure would be structure number 2, but when it wanted to react, it would go 2 in, 2 out, and attack from the more unstable atom, the carbon atom. So structure number 1. So in summary, what did we talk about today? Atoms want to delocalize electrons. They want to push the electrons to atoms that want them the most, hence electronegative atoms. Where structures that can stabilize a negative charge are going to be less reactive than structures that cannot stabilize negative charges, as we've seen with compounds 1 and 2. Resonance structure number 1 was unstable and reactive because the negative charge resided on an electropositive atom, whereas structure number 2 was stable and unreactive because the negative charge resided on an atom that could stabilize the negative charge, hence an electronegative atom. But that is it. That is all. Hope this made sense and I hope this helps. Also, be sure to leave a like, comment, save, and/or subscribe to my channel if you like my content and you find it helpful, and leave a comment down in the comment box below if you have any questions or if you want me to cover a specific topic. Have a great day.